let's talk about the Harris family and whether or not it's actually a possibility that Brock Harris had no clue what was going on. Brock Harris is the husband to the woman that was allegedly poisoning her child by overdosing her with benzodiazepines so she could make content here on TikTok and become an influencer. Basically is looking like a Munchausen by proxy case, maybe a malingering case actually, due to the financial aspect that is really heavy throughout this. So let's talk about the dad and let's see if he was really as clueless as what he claims. Also, don't forget to hit the follow button because I'm going to be going through this, learning about these people and who they are. I'm going and gathering all the background info that you need to know about this case. So the husband was allegedly cleared because apparently he was never present when the doctors were giving any sort of medical information, and he just believed his wife. He was not at the doctor's, he wasn't there. But there's a lot to this. So let's start at the story that she tells whenever she got the diagnosis of the extremely rare tumor condition that she claimed her daughter to have.
There was about 6 or so of the doctors came in and they were like, "Where's Brock?" And I was like, "Oh, he's about 15 minutes away." And they're like, "We won't, the news is heavy, we won't tell you until he gets here." So that 15 minutes I was like full shaking. I just knew something was wrong because I'd been in a similar situation when I was having Lily. And then they came in and they were like, "Daisy has got a condition called," I get the name wrong every time, tuberous sclerosis complex, which essentially means that she has benign, which is...
So she claims that he was apparently there at the time whenever the news was given about this non-existent diagnosis, and he's clearly on social media, so he would have been seeing these posts. And if that was not true, I'm sure that would have raised some questions. But let's look at a few other things. I mean, previously people have said things that they're a little shifty because knew that Allahna was previously married and cheated on her husband with Brock, but I haven't really been able to double check that, and I'm not sure that that matters. Brock was constantly posting on his stories about the child and the updates. He would be giving updates online just as well as Allahna. And during this time, like at the beginning, Brock did have a job and was actively working, but then something had happened which he had said he wants his privacy, and they didn't go into a whole lot of detail why he stopped working, which obviously they didn't give the privacy to that little baby, but he deserves his privacy, so whatever. But let's look at this. It says, "Someone I knew has a close connection with the family. All I'm going to say is we know Brock went off to work, FIFO, and that ended pretty quickly. As you have noticed in the videos, he can dance around, he can holiday, he can do many things that require movement and physicality. Can't he work or won't he work? Also, if Brock is completely off work, you have to question why they can't do what most families do and one parent work while the other cares for the child. Surely the moves to the Sunshine Coast, again, could come from help with the family. Surely family could rally around in this time and not be charging an arm and a leg for some help with somewhere to stay, especially when Allahna and Brock are fortunate enough to own their own expensive caravan. They are happy to take on holidays and stay in all the time, which is like a camper. Shying away from the fact it's disgusting that your husband is entitled to medical privacy, but your vulnerable baby isn't, purely just because they can't advocate to not be posted everywhere in the most vulnerable state. Why is that now the GoFundMe has reached the target twice, yet it still remains? $20,000 is more than enough for a family to move, especially when that family has assets that can be used to house them or sold to help their shortfall. Also, the fact one parent can't work while the other one definitely still can from their phone from anywhere, but let's face it, was she really getting that many paid promotions anyway? All her money has been made from using her followers with that Temu link, and now the GoFundMe. Be smart. There is everyday people who have very sick children who work their butts off and never ask for a thing. Then you have people that exploit. Where I can't be the only person that remembers this, I can't find it anywhere. A little while ago, she said Ellie, however you spell it, had an 11 centimeters growth on her skull that they needed looking into. That was well and truly before Daisy's diagnosis, the baby that she was allegedly poisoning. But because I very specifically remember going back for a week or so to see if there was an update. So I posted a video showing that Daisy was not the only child being abused. They've opened the GoFundMe back up. They made over $60,000 in this GoFundMe as well. Now 7 News and the Daily Mail have shared the story. Desperate, money-hungry family who don't need $30K to move, and now she can't post Ellie and occasionally Chase. She's run out of things to get money from. This GoFundMe has actually been one of the most sickening things to see. because Allahna would also post subscriber-only content about their child and the medical complexities that the baby was going through, which is disturbing. Both of them only work sporadically, and they were okay for money before Dee got really ill. Their work circumstances haven't changed that much. So now they're not okay for money, giving scammy vibes. Exactly right. They were fine for him to be on holiday at the snow, which is something a lot of families with medically sick children couldn't afford. She keeps all of that secret, and he changed his handle recently before he started posting it all. Absolutely disgusting what they are doing. What's his new Instagram handle? Broxton Harris. Can't remember exactly what it used to be, but maybe like Harris Family Dad or something. And this picture is from when he was on a vacation when his child is fighting for her life. Especially considering she posted 2 videos saying the other 2 had the flu and that her and Daisy had then caught it as well. If you have a sick child, you know that they can catch anything, even a cold. They can end up in the hospital really quick. On the 5th of August, so just 7 days ago, he was fit and well enough to be on holiday at the snow. Please use your brains, people. This was just 3 months ago. I always found it odd how he continued to post his caravan and general adventures and holidays while Allahna was dealing with the baby in the hospital and the medical issues. He's so strange and creepy, I think. A few weeks ago when she was unresponsive for over 24 hours near her birthday, he was posting being away in the caravan and posting going out on lunch and for beers. Don't get me wrong, I know every parent deserves a break, even when times are tough, but it is just so strange to post that while Allahna is posting for prayers and saying that the baby is unresponsive. Brock would update people saying that it was her birthday and she's on life support. And someone wrote on Facebook, "Hey people, from what I've seen and read about this terrible situation, don't think that Brock had nothing to do with this. I worked with Brock and I know what a effing piece of crap lying prick he is. They are as guilty as each other." I get that vibe too. I don't know him. How could he not know something was amiss? Is he on? No, mate, I never knew him to do that. He had mental problems, always looking for quick cash. I hope they both never get the children back. His syntax in the reply comment gave me low IQ and scumbag vibes. Fingers crossed for those kids. If I ever see him again, he's effed. So apparently he was clearly not working a job because he had his own illness that they kept private because he deserved that apparently. But he still had no idea what she was doing if he was home, or at least he never went to a doctor's appointment, never saw anything weird going on, never noticed things happening at a certain time or strange occurrences happening around it. I don't know, but I know that they were relying on videos of this baby for income. Clearly, they were getting a lot of money, huge amounts of money from GoFundMes, the views, whatever. So I don't know. You know that he called the news and made up a lie that he received a ticket by police for drinking water while driving? And if you don't know who Brock Harris is or the Harris family, it is currently in the news that a mother was intentionally making her baby sick by overdosing her with benzodiazepines. It has become big news because she was a well-known creator here on TikTok and Instagram and many other platforms. But I want to show you this news article about Brock Harris and talk about his own history of attention-seeking behavior. It says a Queensland man claims he was fined $173 for drinking water while driving. The claims were unsubstantiated, police say. Brock Harris said he was hit with a $173 fine and 1 demerit point for drinking water while driving. Police have described as unsubstantiated a man's claims that officers fined him $173 for taking a sip of water as he drove home on a 39-degree day with a broken air conditioner. Motorist Brock Harris told ABC Radio he driving home to the Gold Coast hinterland after a 12-hour day at work when police hit him with the fine. As I was pulling into my street, I was pulled over by the police and told it was illegal to drink anything while driving, Mr. Harris said in the interview. He said he was hit with a $173 fine and 1 demerit point. He claimed the officer said it was a result of him not paying attention and not paying due care. If it is against the law, then I'll pay the fine, but it's not compassionate to fine someone on a 39-degree day for trying to stay hydrated, he said. Queensland police addressed the claims on Friday afternoon, calling them unsubstantiated. We are aware of them alleging a driver had been, what is that gonna say? I can't read that part. It'll show later. We have spoken with the driver and can confirm the claim in the commentary has been unsubstantiated. The police also used the incident as an opportunity to remind people to be wary of distractions while driving. QPS would like to remind drivers that distractions while driving can have serious consequences and can have significant penalties, police said. Drivers should avoid distractions, including use of their mobile phones or responding to passengers and children in the vehicle, where it diverts their attention away from the primary responsibility of ensuring a safe journey on our roads. I find it to be very bizarre that Brock Harris would make up a lie about getting a ticket for drinking water when it was really due to distracted driving. It's very attention-seeking, and I think that attention-seeking behavior was not solely on his wife, Allahna Harris. Although he has been cleared by the investigation, I do think he has a sketchy history going on there. And I think he had some questionable things going on in the past. And I'm not saying that he absolutely knew what she was doing, but I think he knew that he was profiting off of his daughter's sickness. And he knew of some lies that she was telling and didn't dispute them, because clearly he's okay with lying himself. That's pretty weird. But I don't know, what do y'all think? Do you guys ever remember seeing this in the news over there in Australia? For the people over there that are commenting on my videos? Let me know in the comments. I will see you guys later. Bye.